When we think about positive psychology, we think about a lot of these different elements. But ultimately, what a positive psychology leads to is the idea of realizing something exceptional in our lives. When I first moved to New York, right out of college, I moved here with my best friend, the guy that I call my brother. And he was and is a photographer, right there. His name is Jonathan Mannion. When we moved in together, we both took jobs that paid us $18,000 a year. Right? We made nothing, and we worked like 100 hours a week. Right? I was working in the music business, and he was working for a photographer named Richard Avedon. He was always really into hip hop too. So we moved to New York together, and he'd come back, and he'd come back like 4 or 5 in the morning. I was like, "How's your night, man? Where were you?" He was like, "Oh, I was at this little club out in Brooklyn. I was shooting this guy. His name's Biggie," and I was like, "Never heard of him." Right? But the thing about John is that he did it because he loved it. He was out there before anyone else was out there in the hip hop world, documenting this because he loved this music and what it had to say, and the community and the art form more than anything else. Right? We were broke, and he was doing it for free. You know, he could be out there shooting someone way more, well, everyone's better know than me, but anyone else. And he's not, because he's always made time for friendships. He's always made time for family. Most important thing in his life has always been his parents, right? And then friendship is always been second, right? It's always been it. But as the years went on, his love for what he does, his inclusion of other people, right? And pursuit of something that really found fulfilling and engaging has brought him to where he is right now. I was sitting on a plane flying back yesterday from a talk in Miami, and I was like, "Dude, I think DMX is sitting in the row in front of me." And I get a text back like this with a picture of him shooting DMX this last weekend. He's like, "Tell him I said what's up." And I was like, "Excuse me, Mr. X, I believe, you know." I showed him, he was like, boom, he was like, "Yo, that's my brother. Oh my, how do you know him?" You know, and the first words out of his mouth were, "That's my brother." Like, and he talked about how wonderful and how generous John has been. When we do things that we're really passionate about, harmoniously, we can rise to the top. And studies show that whether you're harmonious or obsessive, there is very little difference in our ability to rise up to the highest possible levels. We often tend to think that when we do something really, really, really well, it has to be obsessive. There's no time for anything else. I'm going to be the best. I'm going to be the best teacher, the best financier, make the most money, be the best photographer in the world. John now shoots everybody. All right? You buy the first 5 Jay-Z albums? 8, sorry. Right? Covers. Right? Marshall Mathers album, covers. DMX yesterday, covers. Right? Blood of My Blood, the whole blood thing is amazing. He does it because he loves it. And the thing is, when we pursue things for those reasons, we have much greater enjoyment.